How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your actions? You could crush people like ants without consequence, or tear off their heads or limbs as you please. Believe me, such a life is but one small step away.
What point is he trying to make? Freedom? But the freedom to kill? To do evil and get away with it? Why would you offer me that?
The creation of a world is the ultimate scientific experiment. I have taken my research to the highest level, where I shall be not just a god, but also a servant to many sacred spirits. I shall heed the truth and perform holy deeds. A god's laboratory is the perfect playground, but it needs the right occupant to explore its full potential. Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yourself. And I know you could make the most of the opportunities it offers.
So the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives. And the same dilemma that Rerir once faced. Could I really bring myself to kill others for my own benefit? Rerir did. And look where it got him.
Have you made up your mind?
I can't do it. Your playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say I am either. I have my own reasons for the journey I'm on. And they aren't all selfless.
You've grown a lot since we last met. But there are still things you are unwilling to compromise on. This will only hinder you. Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul. That'll make things much easier for you.
I really doubt I could live that sort of life.
And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the signs of the times. Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rushed. There is much that I have yet to show you. Now to that question,
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
This is most disappointing. Now then. A new face. Interesting.
You're still gonna call me Hack Guy after that, huh? I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving. It's nothing. I'll be fine. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue? I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Now we're even. Distracting Dotori was tough, I won't lie. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. I'd hoped to use it to take him out. Ugh. I never wanted to obliterate someone more than I do right now. Dotori doesn't recognize me, but his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles. I expect it's only a matter of time before he figures out what I am.
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted himself from Irminsul. Did he really miss his only chance for revenge by saving me?
Why the long face? Hey, I'm not blaming you, okay? And I'm not complaining either. Rescuing you and killing Dotori are equally important goals. Everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you live to fight another day.
How are you holding up? Are you all right? Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field and only meet up once it was safe.
You don't look injured. It seems that Dotori didn't do anything to you.
All right. Rescue operation complete. Let's head back. There's a lot more work to be done before this is over.
Understood. I will bear the Tsaritsa's decree in mind. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he really think everyone else is as immature as him? I'm not stooping to Tartaglia's level.
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. That alchemist Albedo gave me a few ideas. Remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nazi-Kreuz Institute. René de Petrichor and Jakob Ingold. Alain Guillotin despised René's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up with better alternatives either. So I adopted some of René's ideas.
I thought Alain was like a father to you. He and René were mortal enemies, were they not?
And what would you say if Lenny and his friends one day learned something useful from someone you utterly detested?
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Not that it matters, though. He's dead, and I'm alive. So it's my call to make. Once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life. Only the living get to decide what happens next.
Hey, come on out. They're back.
Huh? You're back? And your head's still screwed on? And you still have all your limbs?
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure, madam.
Excuse you. I am perfectly composed.
Glad you're okay. Yes, it's a huge relief.
Worry? Oh, yeah, right. You think we, the Fatui, were worried about you?
We were worried sick.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission in whatever capacity you please. Much like your tea parties.
It's a laugh a minute with you guys.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional aid.
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this case, we had full confidence in Hat Guy.
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on standby. Meanwhile, Hat Guy broke into the energy field and rescued the Traveler solo.
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. You are a force to be reckoned with, Hat Guy.
Is he back? Is he really back? Traveler! It's really you! Oh, thank goodness! Paimon missed you so much!
You can finally breathe easy, Paimon.
It's great to have you back in one piece! Oh, Paimon's been having nightmares the whole time you were gone! Look at them. You know, once you reach my age, there's nothing better than watching a misty-eyed reunion between friends.
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Ino and Anefa would be tearing up as well if they were here.
Varka, I'm not sure Anefa can cry.
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, your eyes are looking a little red and puffy. Come here, let's hug it out.
What? Ew, no! No, thank you. You're not my dad, okay? Knock it off!
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. But the silver lining is, I didn't come away from this ordeal empty-handed. While I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dottoro's current capabilities, and what he plans to do with them. Allow me to explain.
The three moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dottore believes himself to be equal to the gods, maybe even superior.
Utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery, and I believe Miss Sandrone has something to share too. Ma'am, perhaps you could do the honors?
Called it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumbly cake. It always comes back to haunt you.
Our next step is to find a way to bring her back.
A place where time flows backwards, with no destination in sight. Surely it must have been created for a specific purpose. But I fear the answers are buried deep into VIII's history, held by great powers beyond our reach.
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time, just traveling in the opposite direction to us. The question is, where does that path lead? Or will it keep going to infinity?
We considered that question as well. Strictly speaking, time is not infinite.
Indeed not. Every road has an end.
Nicole! You sure loved quietly sneaking in mid-conversation.
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mages' tea parties. Quiet, mysterious, and persuasive. You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, so too does time. And so, the end of the road is the moment that Teyvat was born. But where Miss Columbina will end up along this road, that depends on where this particular river of reverse time began.
What about the original moons and the moon goddesses? Do they have a beginning too?
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who raised the three moons into the heavens, and thus were the moon goddesses born. They were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelung's authority and oversee the world on his behalf. They were extensions of his will, manifestations of his majesty. But then one day, they disappeared just as suddenly as they had once been brought into being. Nobody knew where they had gone.
Like I thought, no more paths back to reality have emerged since. But how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. There are even moments where I can sense something that feels like abyssal energy. They can just materialize out of thin air. I have to keep my wits about me. Is that the Ray here of Solnari? I can't believe he survived. How did he do it?
You are the moon goddess. But how? Please, there's no need. I'm not interested in fighting anymore.
I find that a little difficult to believe.
Yeah. Honestly, so do I. The way you used my own power against me was... It was a brilliant strategy. And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space, I got to see an old friend.
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. It was so long ago now. But we were friends once. When I first got here, I was filled with hatred, remorse, and rage. How I cursed and devoured. I tore everything here apart. I was consumed by the desire to leave this place and have my vengeance. But to no avail. This is a place with no exit. This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the first. I was torn to shreds the moment I entered. But this time I survived. It must be partly because of this new body. And partly because of all the Kuvaki I absorbed in Nodcry.
Are you the source of the abyssal power in here?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here and tried to destroy everything. But there was already a degree of abyssal power here, before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking in the merciless sun, it tried to slither into my shadow.
Tried to? So, you rejected it?
Yes. Because after that, the world suddenly became silent for a moment.
What do you mean?
The voices in my head, they were gone. And then I saw her.
Her?
Thelindis. My former lover.
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of Thelindis leaping into the moon's reflection.
More precisely, I saw her afterimage. I'm sure the real her is long gone. She was just an ordinary Conrian. She couldn't have survived here for very long. Anyway, why have you come here? Didn't you know it was a dead end?
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my friends would have been in far greater danger.
Oh, I see. Because of your power. The power of a moon goddess.
What?
You'd like to know how I know, wouldn't you? The one who resurrected me said so. I could hear a deep lust for power in his voice.
Do you mean... Dottore?
Dottore. So that's what he's called. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. All so that he could resurrect me at the moment of his choosing. I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were concerned.
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nodcry. When I left the Fatui in my weakened state, Dottore must have felt that his time had come.
Moon Goddess, could I ask a favor of you?
What?
I know this is a lot to ask, especially from someone who tried to kill you. If you refuse, I won't fight it. But this is the only thing I desire now. Nothing else matters.
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message to Thelindis for me.
Thelindis? But...
Yes, she's dead. But like I said, I saw her after image. I can sense that some part of her soul remains here. Far, far ahead.
Why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know why, but I can't move freely in this space as you can. All I can see is a glimpse of her, walking away. Just like the moment when I last saw her in life. In return, I will clear these abyssal obstacles for you. No, not in return. I'll clear them for you, whether you want to help me or not. It feels like something I ought to do.
Why?
Yeah. Why, indeed. I've been asking myself that question a lot recently. Why did I do the things I did? I'm tired of it all. Tired of the person I became. People used me. And then I turned around and started using others. I hurt a lot of people. I think I grew tired of it long ago. But I wouldn't admit it to myself. And ultimately, that's how I ended up here.
What do you wish to tell her?
All of it. My past. My mistakes. Everything that happened after we were separated.
Is it okay if I give her the abridged version?
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty you can skip over. Just tell her the important parts. Whatever you think that means.
Like the part where you relentlessly tried to kill us?
It's up to you. Love demands honesty. But my relationship with Thelindis was built on lies. We hid too much from each other. But after living my whole life in the shadows, I don't want to hide anything anymore.
I will do my best.
There. The abyss will no longer stand in your way.
Even though Mr. Dainsleif felt he had to fight you, I think he still regarded you as a friend.
Dane?
He said that you betrayed him, but he also felt great remorse at never having understood what you were truly going through.
Why tell me this?
Because if he'd known that someone could take a message to you, I believe that's what he would have said.
Thank you. It means a lot. I know this will sound strange coming from me, but don't die, Moon Goddess. I can tell that you're determined to get out of here.
He kept his word. The abyss is no longer obstructing my path. Is that the Lindis? She wasn't far off at all. And yet, they can never meet. Hello, Miss Delindis.
Who are you? How do you know my name? I've never seen anyone else here before.
You can call me Columbina. I promised Rerir that I'd bring a message to you.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's doing better than he was.
Better than he was, huh? Sounds like he's had a pretty rough time.
Others have had a rough time on his account, too. In many cases, their time ran out because of him. And I'm not just talking about the children of the Crimson Moon.
So, things got worse before they got better. Could you tell me what happened, Miss Columbina?
Are you sure you wish to know?
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth. No matter how hard it is to hear, I have to know.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. I cannot stay here for long. Rerir had seeds of hatred in his heart, and many people nursed them for their own ends. On some level, everything he did was to try and find a way to see you again. But in the end, he came to regret his mistakes. He wanted to apologize for hiding his past from you. Beyond that, he did not say specifically what it was he wished to convey to you, but I'm sure that you've always been on his mind. You are what has kept him going over all these years.
I'm sorry, Miss Columbina. This is so upsetting. I'm not sure how to put my feelings into words.
It's all right. I understand. Well, that's everything from me. So, I guess I'll be...
Wait. One moment. Time flows backwards here. The road ahead only leads further and further into the past.
I know. I intend to reach the end of that road.
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it far. Wait, unless... Are you one of the moon goddesses?
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like a train ride, why haven't I reached the terminus? Where am I even going? And it's not just me, it's this whole place. Wherever it is, it seems like it's existed forever. It's such a mystery. Where is it going? I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet I jumped right in here without hesitating, only to be torn apart the moment I entered by powerful energy currents. Only my soul remains now. Thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror in that moment. Perhaps I too became bewitched by the abyss. I may have been the leverage it needed to control Rerir. I used to be a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum in Conria, researching the iridescent moon's marrow. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that time in here flows in reverse. Rerir was one of the Venster King's retainers. With me, He was in an impossible position. It plagued him constantly. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. I wanted him to be happy, so I thought I'd use this place to return to the past. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that the Vinster King first found the princess. It was only after meeting the princess that the Vinster King started going too far with his research into the Abyss. That was the day all of our woes began. I thought I could stop the king from ever meeting her and solve everything.
I couldn't kill the Vinster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Rayrir. That's why I wanted to go back, to kill the person who had brought new possibilities to our realm.
I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but the Abyss probably enhances the basest human desires. So I naively hoped I could change everything. But I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. Look at me. I didn't even survive the journey here. Not physically, at least. I know I'm never getting out of here. But you're different. You can make it, and I want to help you. I owe you that much.
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy that exists here? Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you forward faster. I can share what I've learned and help you understand the pattern in which this energy appears. I think you just might... Now, I know you will be able to change the past. Also, I've been speculating about where this phase ends. The documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legends about the moons, the oldest ones seem to begin with Nibelung, king of dragonkind. I have no way of verifying any of it by this point, but if it's true, you might be able to reach that era if you keep walking.
Understood. Thank you, Miss Thelindis.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm of everlasting death, what use would my deductions be? Thanks to you, they have some meaning. About Rayrir, I'm so sorry. For everything.
It wasn't your fault.
That's not true. Because we both feared bringing trouble upon each other, neither of us ever told the truth. And that dishonesty sealed our fates. But enough about that. I wish you a safe journey, Miss Columbina. And may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again. Rayrir, you're there, aren't you? I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect we'll be trapped in this prison of space-time for all eternity. But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end? Is there even an end to be found? Everything's getting blurry. Are you all right, little sister? Have you come from the distant future?